Hey guys, Joe here again with another mini knife review, and what I'm going to show you today is the Elephant's Toenail by Rough Rider. Now let me tell you a little story behind Rough Rider, or let me tell you a little story behind Elephant's Toenail. I used to like these knives years ago, but I remember buying one and I thought it was a Rough Rider, but I don't want to say that it definitely was. And I remember it being a very low quality. I remember having a lot of difficulty opening the knife, and that's being just brand new. But I always liked the shape, and I did a little homework on it. And basically, with elephant toenails, there really isn't a medium, there really isn't a midway point for an elephant toenail. You can either buy a very cheap one, or you can buy a very expensive one. Now, I don't recall the name of the ones that are really expensive, the company, but they're very hard to get. And they can run anywhere from $150 to $200. And the really cheap ones can run anywhere from $5 to $12, like to $15. Now, I'm still always learning. Even though I've been collecting knives for years, I'm always learning. So unless somebody can come to me and say, yeah, Joe, there is a mid-range toenail that you can buy, I haven't seen them. And I thought this was the low end, but I'm going to get into that. I'm pretty sure now that I have done some homework that I did not have a Rough Rider years ago, or if I did, the Rough Riders of now are much better than the ones of yesteryear. But I'm going to go over a couple of those things. A couple of different things about elephant toenail. Sometimes there's another type of knife called the Sunfish that gets misunderstood for an elephant toenail. I'm going to provide a link to a gentleman that did a review about what the difference between a elephant toenail and a sunfish. There's also another name for toenail, an elephant toenail called now I can't remember what it's called. But I'll provide a link to that email. Dude, I'm screwing up all together today. I'll provide a link to that video too. And if it comes to me during this video, because I'm trying to do this in one take, I will mention it as well. So let's take you around this. I just bumped into my dog. Here's the box. Let's see. Not much there. There's a good story about Teddy Roosevelt right there. Barcode, obviously where it's made. Nothing on top. I already showed you that. I'll leave that there. So that's the box. Just using this to help prop it up. So let's get to the knife. Take it out, get rid of the box, put it to the side. Alright, there it is. Stick it around it. Right, let me open it up. Now I'll show you what I mean. Now, this is a slip joint, and as you can see, I didn't have much problems opening that up. So I don't want to say that I definitely had a Rough Rider years ago, because I'm not 100% sure. Let's see if we could just fade back a little bit. Alright, so tell you, I can find my stats here, a little bit about the knife. It has 440 stainless steel. This material right here, it looks like bone, but it's not. It's a smooth yellow synthetic handle, it says. The two different knives, this one is what is this one now? A pen blade, they refer to it as. And this one here is basically They call it a spear point. Now I haven't cut anything with this yet, and maybe I'll do a follow-up, but this one cost me about $15, but I've seen other sites listed for like $9. Let's close this up. But try to find it for $9, and it's not, and most of them will say it's out of stock. So I got this off eBay. Let me shine it up a little bit, it's a little bit dirty. It's a nice heavy knife. These here are called, they're bolsters, silver bolsters. Now I don't even care whether well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say I don't even care whether it cuts or not, because I like the knife. It's kind of stupid to have a knife that doesn't cut. It's going to cut. I mean, it's probably, but it ain't going to be, for $15 or even as $9, it's not going to be, your end-all knife. But I like the look of this, and I do wish they had like a mid-range knife of this, like a $40 or $50 knife that was really like a better steel and maybe different material. But the only ones you're going to get probably in that range, or maybe or more, is customized ones. So now let me tell you about a knife I have a feeling that I'm probably mistaken for. Let's see if can I get that in there? That I've probably mistaken for in the past. Let's put him over here for now. Which I got this the other day, and I did not read up on this, and this is probably what I had in the past, and I'll show you why. This says a Whitetail Cutlery. Now, I had thought that was the Cutlery, like that was the name of the people, but if I had known about this other part, I would have never got this. It's right there. Frost Cutlery. Now, I don't want to put Frost down, but I got to say what it is. Frost is very low end. I mean, you see them on TV, you could buy like 100 knives for $100. And what most people do is that they wind up buying like a whole bunch of those and try to sell them maybe on eBay or Craigslist or whatever. And again, I don't want to run them down because that's not what I'm here, but I'm also want to let you guys know what's good and what's not good. And Frost Cutlery is low end. First of all, let's close this knife to show you a comparison of both of them closed. Put them both down and I'll give you the top view. This is probably more like a sunfish. When you see the video of the comparison for the sunfish, a sunfish is not as wide as this, and it's thinner. It might be long, but it's thinner. And this is a much smaller knife. And believe it or not, well, no, I can't say I paid the same. This I paid $9 for, but I'm sure the person I bought it from probably paid like less than that, right? Half or less. Now, I'm going to show you why I disliked the second knife. It is extremely hard to open up, and this is brand new. I'm going to oil the something out of it. Don't want to use any four-letter words. This is definitely to be avoided. I mean, I don't even know if oiling this up is going to save this. And I had thought that this was going to be bigger. There's the middle. There's the logo. The bolsters. So I'm starting to think that maybe this is what I had years ago and didn't remember and thought it was a Rough Rider, because this is definitely not worth $9. I mean, the review is about this knife, but I want you to see it, because I'm not going to waste the time on making another review for this knife, because it's not worth getting and it's not worth reviewing. This is basically a throwaway knife. This is a knife you give to your kid that's just starting to get into knives, just to have something. But even that, you might be not a good idea, because it's probably, I don't know, it's not dull, but I don't know. I have any stats on this, and I'm not even going to post any stats on this, because I don't want you guys buying this knife. Do not buy a Frost Cutlery Toenail, because right now it's a very low quality. I'm not going to say that all Frost is low quality, but they are low end, because, I mean, if you can buy 100 knives for $100, or a lot of knives for very little money, of course it's not going to be top notch. So Let's put this one away and just close out the other one. Get rid of that. So one last time, this one, much nicer. This is Rough Rider Elephant Toenail. It's a heavy knife. Wish I had something here to show you as a comparison, but unfortunately I wasn't super prepared. But there you go. Rough Rider Elephant Toenail. Really nice knife, heavy knife, old school. The toenails were used, I believe, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, for the big blade of this knife was basically used for cutting rope, like I believe in the old school Navy or something like that. That's what from what I remember reading about. And I really like the design, but I definitely have to look out and